For a long time, I believed something that wasn't true. I thought everyone else had it all figured out. Maybe you felt that way as well? You scroll through social media and see people celebrating success, posting vacations, talking about retirement, showing off all their accomplishments, sharing milestones. And before you know it, a little voice starts whispering, "Why am I not there? Why does everyone else seem ahead of me? What am I doing wrong?" The problem is that comparison can make us feel like we're the only ones struggling. But guess what? We're not. Definitely not. What took me years to realize is that most people are showing you their highlight reel. They're showing the finished product and they're showing the outcome. They're rarely showing the confusion, all the setbacks they've encountered, the many mistakes they made, and their own doubts, the nights they couldn't sleep, the worries they all carried, the things that didn't work. Think about it. Most people don't post about the opportunities that they missed. That's reality. No one does that. The goals they abandoned, the mistakes they made, the fears they wrestle with. Yet, those experiences are part of every person's story in life, period. I remember periods in my own life when I looked around and felt behind. I thought I should be further along. I thought I should have more certainty, more security, and more answers. But honestly, over time, I discovered something very, very important. The people I admired were often carrying struggles I knew nothing about. Some were dealing with financial stress, some were dealing with health challenges, and some were dealing with family problems, while others were dealing with fears that looked very similar to my own. The difference wasn't that they had perfect lives. The difference was that I couldn't see what was happening behind the scenes. And that's why comparison is so super, super dangerous. We're comparing our full reality to someone else's carefully edited moments. And that's never a fair comparison at all. One thing I've learned is that life doesn't follow a schedule. People reach milestones at different times in their journeys and in their lives. Some people find success early, others find it much later. Some people start at over 40, some at 60, some at 70 and over, like me. There is no universal timeline. Yet, many people spend years feeling discouraged because they think they're behind. Behind who? According to whom? One of the greatest freedoms I've experienced is realizing that my journey belongs to me, moi, not to social media, not to other people, not to someone else's expectations, just mine. And the same is true for you. Your story is your story. Your timeline is your timeline. And your progress is your progress. The truth is that many people who look successful are still figuring things out. Many people who appear confident still have doubts. Many people who seem ahead still feel uncertain. That's part of being human. I think comparison often steals joy because it shifts our focus away from our own growth. Instead of appreciating how far we've come, we become obsessed with how far someone else appears to be. And here's the irony: the people who make the most progress often aren't focused on beating other people. They're focused on improving themselves, one step, one day, one decision at a time. That's where confidence comes from, not from being ahead of everyone else, from knowing you're moving forward. So, if you've been feeling behind lately, I want to encourage you to stop looking sideways for a moment. Look back. Look at everything you've already survived, everything you've already learned, everything you've already overcome, everything you've accomplished. You may discover you're doing better than you think, because success isn't about being first. It's about continuing to move forward. And that's something every one of us can do. If this message resonated with you, subscribe and join me for more honest conversations about retirement, starting over, creating options, and building a life with more choices. And remember, you don't need to catch up to someone else's journey. You only need to keep moving forward on your own. Any questions, feel free to shoot me an email. I look forward to it.